Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about etiolated succulents. That is the condition when a succulent doesn't get enough light. That is when it grows lanky and long and really unsightly. Like this spot, it has not received enough light, and hence the leaf kind of space out, and you can see a gap, and you can see the stem. It makes the plant weak, and it is also not very nice to see because we all like our succulents to be compact and pretty. The etiolated part can't be fixed, but what we can do is we can do better for the new growth, and sometimes the leaf even droops downwards, and that is how you know it's not getting enough light. A succulent that is getting inadequate amount of light will look like this, compact. You can see there is no gap between the leaves, and the leaves are really close to each other. The only way to fix a succulent that is etiolated is by either chopping off the head. That way your succulents will get new pups, offshoots from where it was chopped off. Or if you don't want to chop it off, you can just keep it in a more well lit area so that the new growth can be compact. The part that has already etiolated, it can be fixed. It is going to stay as it is. You can only do better for new growth. So today we are going to use a paper cutter and a thread. I don't know if the thread is going to work, but I have seen like Instagram and some TikTok that Instagram posts interesting. I would like to try that today. People usually use like floss or fishing line for this. I don't have any. I'm going to be using this black thread, but I really like using my paper cutter because it is sharp and it is really reliable. Sometimes you have to like wipe it down with an alcohol wipe to sterilize it before using it. I would really prefer to use my paper cutter because it makes a swift, clean cut, and there's no hassle. And the reason people use their fishing line and floss, etc., is because sometimes the spaces are such that you really can't get your blade in there, and I will tell you how I do it without actually using these um, fishing line and stuff. I actually just use my paper cutter, and I will show you how. I'm going to just narrate what I'm doing. So I'm going to be cutting this with my paper cutter, and I'm going to be checking for a nice spot to cut. Let's see where we can cut it. So I've decided to cut it there, and I also don't want to cut over these leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove them because I don't want to cut through them. I want to slice through them, and removing them will give me enough stem space where I can actually make a clean cut without damaging any leaves. So here I am cutting it, and a big chop, and it falls because I used only one hand. I really need to start using two hands. So this is the part I'm going to remove some bottom leaves so that I have enough stem to actually poke inside the soil. I'm pointing at it. I'm going to keep the leaves for propagation, and there we have it, all already head for I dropped it again. I'm actually not going to pot it immediately because this cut part I'm going to keep it for a few days to allow it to heal and develop a callus. You can also rub some fungicide on it so that it doesn't develop any fungal infections and stuff. It has started to rain and you might hear it in the background, so let's go ahead and chop the rest. I'll be removing more leaves, and I will be chopping wherever the stem is bare and visible. I really don't like to damage any leaves because I like to propagate them. I'll do the same with this one also. Here I am removing the leaves so that I have enough stem space to poke it into the soil. I have also kept some leaves on the stump because I've been told that there are more chances of survival of the stump if I leave the leaves on them. I'll just go ahead and speed the video up a little so that you don't spend too much time looking at me doing repetitive things. I'm going to be using the thread for this one because I thought that like there's not enough space for the blade to go in, so why not demonstrate the thread. So I am taking my thread and I'm going to try and execute what I saw on the videos. I don't really know how to do it, but I have the general idea. You take the thread, you wrap it around, and you just kind of like pull it through, cutting the stem in the process. It's like the thing that you do in pottery, but like by tying a thread around it. So I have tied the thread around it, and I struggled a little bit with the thread, and so I exchanged the ends, and I tried to like pull it, which we should cut the stem, but I failed, and then I and then I tried to do it again for a second time. Let's see how that one goes. And I was really struggling and working slow, and I failed a second time. So at this point I was like, just F this, I'm gonna throw the thread away. just I'm just going to use my paper cutter for this. Here I'm showing you how I twist and break off my leaves, so that you don't bring off any of the stem along with it. And then there's this bit of video of me just going on a chopping spree. And then there was this little head which had some damaged leaves. It looked like fungal infection, and I have a video on how to deal with that too. I will provide the link in the description box, and if I find a way to attach it on the video, I will do that too. And more video of me going on a cutting spree, a beheading spree. Like, have fun with it, get the leaves for your propagation. It is like more succulents for us, why not? Like, everybody loves more succulents, and the rate at which the succulents propagate through their leaves, through pups, it's insane. You can get like 20-30 succulents from one beheading if you do it right, if you take care of the propagations right. And I am rambling at this point, so I will just speed up the video a little more so that we can get to the point. Here I'm showing a leaf that got cut a little bit. It will still propagate, no problem. This is a very long succulent, so I decided to cut it in 2 points so that we can have more plants. And the middle part of the stem, which will be the second cutting, it'll actually also root in soil and make pups from the top end, which is above the soil. And this is the second cutting. I've left some leaves on it so that better chances of survival, like I said earlier, and also the stump with leaves. And then cutting spree. I'm gonna speed up the video so that you don't have to watch me do repetitive things. I'm not doing anything new here. And this is a rotten leaf, so I'm just gonna toss it off. It's not gonna propagate. It's on its way to death. More chopping spree, and let's speed that up. Like I said, I mean, you can leave it as it is, but I like my succulents compact and clustered more than long and trailing kind of. This one I didn't behead, but because I realized that it was not etiolated, it was just tilted. That happens when you don't get overhead sun, but you get it from the side, from one direction, and if you don't rotate it, it kind of faces the sun and leans in that direction. This is a pot that actually all grew from beheaded stumps. I would show you the stumps, and I really tried to search for the stumps, but they were all covered. And yeah, it was a stump like I was pointing, like it was a stump like that, and now it is those cute little pups. And this one is tall. That tall one is kind of wobbly, and it's like falling in all the directions, so I decided to cut that one. And that stump will again make cute little pups that'll grow. It takes some time, but it's all worth it. Just look at how cute and clustered and crowded this little pot is. This next pot, it is actually not etiolated, but the new growth, it looked wonky. The leaves didn't look right. It looked a little damaged. It might have been mealybugs sucking the sap out of the leaves. So I'm just going to remove some top leaves and then behead it so that you can get pups on the top, and I hope the leaves grow back prettier. So we are finally done with our beheading spree. We have all these heads and leaves to propagate. I already have so many succulents from all the cutting that I did. And if you have any questions, suggestions, etc., anything you want to say to me, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment here. Please subscribe so that we can hang out more and share more information with each other. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.